Republican lawmaker in Montana's House of Representatives recently made a bizarre argument to try to justify the state's new bathroom ban or proposed bathroom ban. Now, this bill was introduced by Representative Carrie Seekins-Crow. Her bill basically bans trans people from using restrooms in public buildings, including schools, prisons, jails, and domestic violence shelters, which align to their gender identity. So this is your classic bathroom ban, okay? Now, there's an additional gross thing that was added onto this. It would also allow anyone who encounters a trans or non-binary person in one of these facilities to do a lawsuit against that person, or whoever granted their entry up to 2 years after. I mean, I don't think I should have to go into how this could be abused, not just against trans people, but suspected trans people, cisgender women who don't look womanly enough. Oh, like that would ever happen, except it does. Yeah. And so, yeah, this could absolutely be abused. And it's super harsh just for wanting to use the bathroom as a trans person. And odds are very, very unlikely that you will ever run into a trans person in the bathroom. And if you do, you are not likely to know. Unless you're doing genital checks. And if that's the case, then you're the weirdo. Trying to inspect random people's genitals. What's wrong with you? Seekins-Crow, by the way, she became infamous in the state after saying that she would rather have a dead child than a trans child. Wow, how pro-life. What a great parent to have. Wow. And by the way, I know why she's like that, because I've heard of this. These people view children as objects that they own. Okay? No, I own my child. They also consider those children to be a reflection of them. All right? So what their child does reflects off of them as a person, as a parent. And so, if their child happens to be transgender or gay, then they would consider that as something that they did. They did it wrong. Oh, I must have messed up somewhere. I don't want people to know of my failure and to judge me for it. Remember, it's not about protecting the children. It's about protecting themselves. Okay? Their insecurities. All right? Look, there are parents out there in red states that have transgender children. And you know what happened when they actually decided to support their kids and to learn about being transgender? Then they ended up losing a lot of their families, their communities that have turned on them. I mean, it's really messed up. Look, being trans is not it's not a thing that you could teach someone, okay? To be, okay? This is a deeply personal identity issue. It comes from within, not from without. You can't become trans by watching a TV show or reading a book. That's not how it works. Okay? Now, this lady, getting back to her, she said that the bill was necessary to protect women's privacy and safety, which she said were under attack due to cultural trends. Trans people are not a trend. It's not a cultural thing. Transgender people have always existed. They always will exist. I mean, what are these people thinking? Are they even thinking, or are they brain dead? Look, let's also be clear, right? There is absolutely no evidence to support the wild accusations, notions that trans women are a threat to cis women, especially like in a bathroom. Really? You know who the biggest threat to cisgender women is? It would be cisgender men. People who look like me. All right? That's it. Now, am I offended by that? Yes, I am, actually. I'm pissed off at the cisgender men who tend to attack and denigrate women. This is not an issue where trans women are attacking, people in bathrooms. That's not what's happening, okay? No, it is cisgender men. As for trans women, look, none of them have ever harmed me. They've never harmed any of the women I know in my life. But I do know several women that have been harmed by cisgender men. And speaking of harm, these Republicans are doing a hell of a lot of harm to trans women. Representative Zoe Zephyr said during a debate over this bill, trans people walk through the state of Montana afraid enough already. Leave trans people alone. Let me be the woman I'm happy to be. Let me live my life. Her life isn't having any sort of negative impact on anyone else's life. Nothing tangible. No, there's no reason not to let people be themselves. But one Republican thinks that he's got a good argument. This is State Representative Jedediah Hinkle, who pointed out that some trans women actually identify as lesbians. Oh, so they're attracted to women. There's this old, weird belief among some transphobes that that transgender women are actually gay. But that's not true. No, there's plenty of transvians, okay? Plenty of trans women who prefer the company of other women. And so this guy's like, oh my God, did you know? Did you know? Whoa. Now, and he says that because of that, if they were allowed to enter a woman's restroom, they would immediately cream their pants. I'm not kidding.
Sexual anarchy.
What are you talking about? Here's his quote. So we have an individual who is dressing like a woman, changing their name to a woman, but is also at the same time attracted to women. Yeah, and in his example, to show how dangerous these transvians are, brought up a cisgender male janitor who would go into women's restrooms to then sit and listen to women going pee because that's how he gets off. Not to kink shame here, if this is the case, but that kind of sounds like Hinkle's barely disguised sexual fetish. And his example is not a trans woman. It is a cis man who is like going in to that bathroom apparently to get off. Well, once again, you've actually disproven your point and proven my point that it's actually the cis men that are a bit of a problem. And obviously not all of them, but some of them for sure. Look, I feel like this is one of those mask off moments for these people. And not just these people, but it's for the entire trans bathroom debate. It's just nothing more than dudes, okay, that are arguing for these bans by thinking up the weirdest sexual stuff and saying, well, that must be it. No, none of this stuff happens, okay? None of this stuff happens. None of this stuff is being done by transgender women. I would think that it's actually far more frightening for a woman, okay, to know about this stuff, to know what these actual cisgender men are thinking of these weird scenarios, okay, than it is for a transgender person coming into the bathroom just to pee, okay? Because, compared to the weirdness that people like Jed are thinking up, all right, a trans person coming into the bathroom, not scary at all. And it shouldn't be, because there's nothing to be afraid of. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.